Hi everyone, my name is Katja, I'm CatColouring, and a warm welcome to my channel for both new and old subscribers. Well, it's that time of the month again. It's time for my completed pages video for the pages I have colored in January 2025. And as you can see, we have a nice range of coloring books here. So why don't you just get yourself a nice cup of coffee or a mug of tea, and let's get started with this one. So the first one I want to show you is this one. So we had a sort of different week at my work, and we had some different sort of introducing the kids to different things to do with body and mental health. So we went out for a walk each day, and then we introduced them to mindfulness and to yoga and to chess, and also I had mandalas. So this one was one of the pages I printed, and they really loved sitting there quietly and just coloring on these pages. And we had different motifs, you know, classic mandalas with a circular motif with stars and some sort of pattern. And then we had some different sort of motifs, and this was one of them. And since I also had to do something, I just thought, well, I am going to be coloring this one with these two birds here. And it's just normal printing paper. It's not a very good paper. And I just used kids' coloring pencils, no particular brand. They have been cheap. I actually think it was Lyra or something, but they were cheap. And, well, you can see here that they worked as best as they could on this paper. But I like it. I think that it's a cute little sort of spring motif here with the two birds. And it was very nice to sit in your, well, during your working hours and relaxing with some coloring together with the kids. So that was really nice. So that was just a fun little something I did. Next up, my Magical Dragons coloring book. And this book has become my body color coloring book together with Jamie from Disney Coloring with Jamie. He's also a YouTuber, and I will link his channel down in the description box, so you can go check out his channel. But Jamie and we have decided that this is going to be our project book, our body color book here. And I just have to see. So this is the page we did here in January. And Jamie picked this one. And I used my Staedtler Design Journey pencils and a little Posca to do some details with the eyes, and also here with you know, the wings and the tails, and do some highlights here. And the Staedtler Design Journey was actually quite a nice surprise because they worked quite nicely in this book. You can see it's Amazon paper. So no matter practically what you do other than look at it, it will... Well, you can see it on the other page, but that is why it's just single-sided paper here. So that's okay. And in just a minute, I will show you Jamie's here on the screen, where you can see his. He used his big markers and did it in a very nice and colorful way. So for February, I have chosen the page, and I can tell you as much, it's going to be a water dragon. Ooh, exciting. But I'm really happy that I have found someone to do some body colors with here in this nice book with these beautiful dragon drawings here. So that was my Magical Dragons book. Next up, another body color here in small victories with my American friends DeAnn and Kathleen, and I have already posted this on Facebook and some of the Johanna Basford books, and I also did a color and chat with this one. So if you saw that, then you would have seen this page. So I used my polychromas, and as you can see, also some glitter gel pen and my super golden markers. So we always task each other with different things to do in these body colors, and we had to do it with the rainbow colors and do it some sort of monochromatic, but instead of choosing one object and then color it, and then it would be, you know, different colors all over the place. And I wanted to do the background. I decided to divide the page here into sections and then do them monochromatic. So here we have the red and orange and yellow and green and the blue, indigo and violet to follow the rainbow colors, because we had to use rainbow colors. And for the middle, I decided to do ivory. And then a super golden marker and the gold one. And you can see here I have also colored on top of the writing with green, blue, and a darker blue here. Also use some glitter gel pen for some details here. So this was actually a fun task when I found out how I wanted to do it. But in the beginning, I thought it was a bit difficult because there are so many different drawings here on this page, and I do think that the indigo here is really dark, so you can hardly see, but there is a flower here and some bees up here and a butterfly. But I really like it, and I also like the way that I colored on top of the writing to, you know, so the writing isn't just black, but it follows the color scheme here for the page and also the gold here inside. So that was a really nice color along. The next one is actually this page. And I can tell you as much that this boat page was picked by me, because I haven't really colored one of these boat pages here before. And our task is, and it's, well, this is a huge one. We have to choose the flags of 3 different countries and use the colors from the flags for each ship. So 3 different ships, 3 different countries with the colors from these countries' flags. And only the colors. So if I chose, you know, the Danish flag, this would only be red and white. So I'm not going to choose my flag. I'm going to choose, I think, some flags with quite a lot of colors, I think. But I haven't decided yet. But I think this is a very fun and also a big task. And then somehow I'm also going to write the name of the country. But, you know, boats always have names. So the name of the country or something here on the boats, so that I can remember which flags I have actually used. So this one you can see next month, and I'm really looking forward to making it, because this is going to be so much fun. So I have also one page here from Magical Worlds, but I haven't just, you know, colored winter pages. And this is one of the pages which is not a winter page. This is something different, and it is this page here with all of these gemstones here. And this I did as an episode in my How to Color series, which is available for members of my coloring community, my membership here on YouTube. And I did a how to color, well, gemstones, where I showed how to color, you know, different sorts of gemstones. I did this one, the red one, and the sapphire, and the emerald here, and a couple of the diamonds, and the rest I just did the other day to finish this page here. So I did this one and a page in a Hannah Carlson book for this tutorial. If you want to see them, you are more than welcome to join my coloring community. It costs $2.99 a month, and then you will have free access to all of my How to Color series, my beginner tutorials, and all of my color alongs. And there are no ad breaks at all, no commercials in these membership videos at all. So you can just watch and not be interrupted by an ad. So for this page, I used my Prismacolors. And of course, you can see I have also used some of my Posca pens. Actually, I used a turquoise one here, and mostly the white one, but also a little blue one here and a pink one here. So this one was actually done with my white Posca pen. I know you can't believe it, because for some reason, when I use my white Posca pen on this, when I've colored with my purple Prismacolors, the color always seeps through the white Posca, and even though I give it 3 or 4 layers, you can still see the purple. So I have actually given up doing white highlights other than the paper when I use my purple colors, because I simply cannot cover it with my Posca pens. It's impossible to do. But otherwise, I'm really satisfied with this page, and I also like the way that I think it's a nice touch to have the flowers in some of the same colors as these gemstones. It was a fun page to color, but also a very daunting page if you are not used to coloring gemstones. Well, so that was Magical Worlds, and then I will have to move on to Grains of Gold. I have colored 1 page here, and that was because I used the big gem here in the middle of this flower crown for my tutorial, and showed how you can color in a different way. And I used my polychromos. No, I actually used my my Prismas. I usually use my polychromos for gemstones like this, but I actually use my Prismacolors also for this page. And you can also see it in the way I colored the crown. If I had used my polychromos, I wouldn't have had to add a little bit of yellow on top, because the ochre colors in the polychroma set are, well, they just have some very lovely and more yellowish colors than the Prismacolors, you know, with the yellow ochre and the goldenrod and the jasmine and sand. They are more beige creamy like, and not that yellow in the color tones. So this crown, I just had to add a little touch of the canary yellow on top to make it look like there was more yellow in it actually. And then I just used a little bit of white Posca for some extra highlights here in the diamonds here and in these gems, and a little glitter gel pen for the pearls down here. But otherwise, it's just Prismacolors. And I'm really, really happy the way that I colored this one. I think that the colors of the flowers really stand out against this crown. And I'm also glad that I got to do my very first page in this Grains of Gold, because this one is actually sort of a very best of Hannah Carlson, because 83 of the drawings are old favorites from all of the other books. Like here, you can see these are from the Seasons coloring book here. And then we have from other of the coloring books. I'm not that familiar because I've colored mostly in Seasons. A Magical Dawn, at least, so I'm not that familiar with the rest of the books, other than the Tales of, because I have also colored quite a lot in those, but I'm not very familiar with, is it the Jewelry Box and Daydreams and Summer Nights? I have them, but I've never colored in them. So I'm glad that I got to do this page. There are 11 new drawings in this book, it says, but I actually don't know which of the drawings are new and which ones are all of the old ones, because some of the books, as I said, I'm not that familiar with, but this one turned out quite nicely, I think. And that was the gemstones. Next up, Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson, and this is my Instagram book for the Colorions Ensemble Magical Dawn. And I have done 3 pages in this one. The first one is the November page. And I did this with my Artex acrylic black marker here for the background, and an Artex red acrylic marker for the heart here. And then I used some gold Posca here around the feathers. And also here with all of these adornments here in the heart. And then I used my new super golden markers for all of the feathers here in the wings. And I also used some glitter gel pen. I think that you can perhaps better see it here. And then I also used my vintage Prismacolors to color with coloring pencil here, this gem, these 2 gems here, And then, of course, I also used some white and red Posca here. And also the glitter gel pen here for these stars here. So I was a little bit Phoenix inspired to color the wings on this heart here, but I think that it worked out quite nicely. And then the December page here, this candle with the moths around it and some crystals and pearls down here. And I did the background with my Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils from Faber-Castell. And then I used, of course, my Prismacolor pencils for the candle light and this light around the candle and also the holder here. And I used I actually used a glitter gel pen for the moths here. So I used a black coloring pencil, and then the one that is, well, it looks like it's black, but when you put it down on paper, it turns red. This one from Pentel, the Sparkle Pop here. So it gets a nice red glitter, if you can say that. And I used my Super Golden markers for these dots and the stars, and also some glitter gel pen down here for the pearls. But the crystals are also colored with Prismacolors, and then I used the white Posca to enhance, you know, some of the light in the crystals. And also a blue Posca pen here for the candle, and then I used, I think it was the indigo, to create some shadows here with the candle light. So pages like this is, I think that pages like this one, very hard for me to color, but then I thought, well, perhaps if I toyed a little bit with the background and used also the white Posca to create some more highlights up here, and then it turned out okay, I think. And then the January page here, which I only finished a couple of days ago, and I used my Prismacolor pencils for this entire page, and I used a bit of Posca down here with these mushrooms, and I used a little bit of glitter gel pen here and for some of the pearls down here, but otherwise it's all Prismacolors. And I used a white Posca to make all of the stars here, and I actually think this turned out really nicely because I mostly used just blue and purple colors for this one, except for the mouse, which I originally had planned to be a dark brown, but then I changed my mind and used my light French grays, and it actually turned out quite nicely with this little mouse here. I really like how that turned out. And of course use some white Posca also around the crystals here. So now I am up to speed with my Magical Dawn, and the page for February is this one with the cat. So I am hoping to color both this and a couple of other pages which have already been selected and colored by the other colorists during February. So that is certainly exciting. Next up, now my more wintry coloring pages, and I managed to do one here in Flowers and Landscapes of the World, and it is this one. The Finland page here with the reindeer out in the snow. And this is my most recent video actually on the channel. It's my color and chat. And here I show you how to color this one. You can see here from the finished picture that I decided to use my black Pitt Artist pen brush because the printed black, if you can see it on another here on this page, for example, it's more like a very dark gray. It's not really black. So I used it to get it a really black background. And I used my polychromas for this one because this paper is very suited for oil-based pencils, and I just have to say they worked like a dream on this paper. It was so much fun, and they were very easy to layer my polychromas with the reindeer, and it's for compared to the first drawing I made in December here where I used my Prismacolors. They were very difficult to layer and also to blend here. So the polychromas and other oil-based pencils, they really work very good on this paper. So if you want to see it, then you can see my color and chat with this page. I think it turned out nicely. And I only have one more winter page, and it's this double page spread, and I hope to have this one colored here. It's from Sweden. Actually, I hope I have this one colored here in February, so I can finish the winter coloring pages in this book. But other than that, I use, of course, white Posca and some glitter gel pens for the snowflakes here. So this turned out really nicely, I think. And more wintry pages, seasons, of course, where I have colored a few pages. I began with this one, the first of the winter pages, where I used my soft pastels for the background, and this was my first color and chat. So this one is also up on my channel. Call it the Fallen Stars here. So background soft pastels from Munguyo. And then I used my polychromos pencils for, well, the pearls here and the bottle and the crystals and the candle. And also these icicles from the stars. And I used my super golden markers for all of the stars, both with the silver ones here and the gold ones here. And I also, with the snowflakes, I don't know if you can see it, so I will just bring it a bit more up to the camera. I used my silver glitter gel pen here for the middle of each snowflake. And I have first used white Posca and a little bit of pastel coloring pencils in the middle. And then I used the silver glitter gel pen to just add a little glitter to that. And then, of course, also all of these dots here. Some of them are white like snow, and others are more silver and gold like the stars, actually. So that was the first one. And then I did this one. This one is a color along for my members. So it's up in my coloring community here on YouTube. And you can become a member for less than $3 a month, and then you can get access to this one. And this one with the reindeer I really like. I used my Eversar London coloring pencils for this one. They're also very soft, and they work great here in the paper in Hannah Carlson books. And you can see I did an Aurora Borealis up here and colored the stars in similar colors with my super golden markers. And then I made the snow and the crystals, and I decided quite quickly that I wanted to use the same colors with the crystals up here with the Aurora, and also here with this, whatever it is, on the reindeer. And I also like the lanterns, how they reflect some light on these antlers here. And then, of course, I use some white Posca to make snow on the pine trees, and also more snow down here. So I really, really like this page, how this one turned out with the really black background and the aurora and the shine here from the crystals down here. So I think that this page turned out really, really nicely. And my last is a double page spread, and it is this one, The Lady of Starlight, like in Tolkien's Elbereth Giltoniel. If you are a Tolkien fan, then you know which I'm speaking of, or whom I'm speaking of. So I used my Neocolor 2s for the background. And I was planning to use stickles, but I never got to it, actually, because the super golden markers that I used for the crown and the jewelry and the big stars here, they are so shiny. I really didn't need to use any stickles. And then, of course, I used my Prismacolors for the hair and her skin, and the candles and her clothes here. So I really like how this one turned out, both with all of these stars, but also with how I did the candles down here with the light and shadows on the candles here. And I also like how her face turned out. I used actually a black marker for her eyelashes here, and the black in her pupil also. And of course a little white Posca and blue Posca, both in her hair and, you know, here with the diamonds and in her eyes. and to make some highlights here and there. But all in all, I am really satisfied with how this double page spread turned out. I really enjoyed doing this one. So that was Seasons. And the last book I have worked in is, of course, God Jul by Hanne Carlson. And just have to find, you can see I still have a lot of these, so I still want to color some things in this one. Just have to find the first page. The first page was this one with the moon. So it's more like wintry pages here. And this one with the moon, I really enjoyed doing. It's just done with my Prismacolors in purple color tones. And then I use my super golden markers for the edge of this sort of frame or mirror or what it is. And a little bit of Posca around the clouds and the moon. But I really like how this one turned out. This was just a simple, quick coloring. So it just took me a couple of hours and then it was done. And another winter here. This double page, well, it's not really a double page, but these two pages, I did the background with my Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils. And then I used my Prismacolors to color the horses over here and the ice skating girl over here. And I used a little bit of super golden markers over here with the stars. And here I use my glitter gel pens and a white Posca, and also a lavender and a purple Posca for the main of these horses. But I really think it turned out really, really nicely. I especially like the way I did the brown fur here on her coat. Really like that. And create a little bit of shadow down here. So that was my winter colorings and my completed pages for this month. So that was it. That was my completed pages for January. I will continue to color some winter colorings here in the beginning of February, but I have a feeling that during the month I will slowly begin switching to coloring some more, well, spring-like colorings. My new book, Floribunda Year by Lila Julie, have some very, very nice pages with winter aconites and snowdrops. So I really think that I will begin coloring. And then I have actually gotten a new color buddy, and she is from Instagram, and her name is Lily, and she is from the UK. And we have agreed to do body colors here in Romantic Country, the second tale. I've never colored in it, and I have wanted to begin, but then I also thought, well, I would like to have someone to color it with. And we have agreed to do this double page spread here for February. The chapter 4, The Witch and the Hidden Secret Forest. So this page I will begin with shortly. And I can't wait to begin coloring here in the Romantic Country books. I also have finally, I'm beginning to be coloring in fairy tales and folklore, because I have joined a coloring group on Instagram, and here we color a page from fairy tales and folklore every 2 months. And this page with the two little mice in these ship cups, or cup ships, is the page for February, and you can see I haven't started it yet. And then this was the page for December with this sleeping deer and these Christmas ornaments. So I am also going to be coloring this one, and hopefully during February. And then the first page was this, the serpent, you know, surrounding the church, sleeping, waiting to crush it. If you want to hear more about the stories behind these pages in fairy tales and folklore, I have a video up on my channel in my, I think it's the translated flip through playlist, where I tell you about the stories behind all of these drawings, because a lot of them come from Scandinavian fables and fairy tales, and I'll tell you all about them that I know, and I actually know quite a bit. So if you're curious to know more about this book, check out that video. So that was it from me for this month. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Upcoming videos, my great winter art haul, and it is really, really big because I also show you my Christmas and my birthday presents. And also a comparison between the Monguyo oil pastels and the Van Gogh oil pastels. So until I see you in the next video, take care of yourself, have a lovely day, happy coloring, bye!